Hey friends, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am excited to deliver another message. I've had a few days where I felt like I needed to pull my energy back. There was a lot of stuff going on here on the homestead to deal with. I'll show you guys what I woke up to 2 mornings ago. So I'm waiting on the rental company to come repair it. It was astrology in action because Neptune and Pisces is all about, it can be about floods and water damage. And apparently in this old house, the air conditioning had been leaking out of the emergency like drip pan for a while, but the thick like gypsum board or whatever, the guy tried to explain it. He said they used it in the 60s for building. It had soaked all the way through. He said it could have been going on for a couple months, and then it finally came through and my ceiling collapsed in my bedroom. So yay! But also I just needed to take a few days to practice what I preach and to let Spirit love on me and give myself some mothering. So with all that said, I'm going to clear the energy for all of us. You can take a few deep breaths. I'm going to wash away anything from your day, from your week. Let it all clear out so that we can get a message from our guides and angels. I ask that I be a vessel for them to deliver whatever they need to say to whoever's listening, whenever and wherever you're listening. Please and thank you, Spirit. All right. I'm going to have this golden healer quartz in our space to hold the high frequency. And let's do this. What is, oh, right away. I love you, Jesus. Oh, I mean, just right away, like open arms. He's like, who needs a hug? Who needs a hug? I do. So whoever needs a hug out there, he's got open arms and he's saying just come get a hug. Oh, that makes me so happy. We haven't gotten that one on this channel. We're going to put him right up here at the top of our reading. Okay. Jesus, thank you for being here. I love you so much. What do you want to tell the viewers who are tuning into this video? Wherever they are in time and space, what do they need to know? I could just cry. That makes me so happy. I have cried a few times this week. So the same morning that that happened, let me get a sip of water. Hold on. Oh, I got a new hummingbird sticker. I was already super, on edge, upset. Didn't know what was going on up there. I did eventually go up there and I was really proud of myself. I saw what the problem was and the drip pan was kind of angled. And I knew that the pipe was probably clogged. But I was able to find a little Christmas decoration, like a wooden thing that says ho, ho, ho. And I was able to like jam it under the drip pan to prop it up until the people came yesterday. So I like to call myself MacGyver, for those of you who are old enough to know. Anyway, that same morning I was sitting on my porch and my cat brought a bird and it was still breathing. So the kids and I like held it until it took its last breath and we buried it, and I just freaking lost it. It was like the floodgates opened. So maybe I'm telling you guys that because maybe some of you guys have been purging this week. Maybe it's like one thing after another. And so if so, I hope you can come into this space and release it, release it, release it. We've got Jesus here with us, wanting to give us some love. Oh, happy family. Number 4. And I did see a rainbow this week also. It was a rainbow before the rain. That was interesting. There you go. Maybe some of you guys have seen a rainbow this week. Maybe some of you guys are hanging out by the ocean, or you're about to go on a beach vacation and you're planning. Maybe some of you guys want to, and you're trying to gather the resources or the time off to be able to do it. What do we need to know about this? Oh my God. They knew I needed some love tonight because I almost took another night off and didn't do a video. We've got Michael and Jesus. It's really the same energy, you know, incarnated form of the Father energy, the first ray of power, which is Michael. We got some protection up in here. Thank you, Michael. That's also talking about first chakra, the root. Maybe for whoever's listening, there's a need to stay grounded. Excuse me. Maybe there's been some feelings of insecurity. I mean, I'm just using my own example. Like, I was just like, what is going on here? Like, there's only so much I can take, you know, because I've got other stuff going on too that I'm not going to share. But like, yes, maybe, and when that happens, we can go into fight or flight, right? And that root chakra, we're operating from there, survival mode. How am I going to, you know, manage? And we're not, the energy's not moving up so that we can get that higher perspective. So I think Michael's here to say, I got your root covered. I got your ruby sphere of your root covered with my sword. Go do your thing. You're fine. You're safe. You're loved by heaven. So we've got a 4-8 on the board so far, with Jesus being a 6. What else do we need to know? The thinking man, 46. That's a 10-1. Obviously, when the thinking man or woman comes out, it's talking about being in the mental body, you know, trying to work things out in that sphere. So this could be you, this could be somebody that you're dealing with, this could be somebody at your workplace, in your home, in your environment. Let's find out who this is for the viewers listening. Who is the thinking man? The thinking man is the man holding a coin, number 7. So this could be somebody in your life, again, or you. This could be, so this is more of like the pentacles, the earthy. So you could look at it like king of, to me, it's coming to me right now, like king of pentacles, king of swords. Or this could be a king of swords who is also a king of pentacles. Again, you or somebody else. And there could be some contemplation about making some sort of investment, you know, in you, in a project, in your home, or this could be you contemplating making an offer, an investment, that sort of thing. And of course, you know, thought needs to go into that, because that would be a natural thing you do before you make some sort of decision like that, right? What do we need to know about the thinking man and the man holding a coin spirit for clarification? What do we need to know? So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got walking away in reverse. That's 27 in reverse. So again, you've got to put yourself, whoever you are listening, you've got to put yourself in this scenario. But upright, it looks like this. She's looking back one last time through the gate and walking away with it in reverse. There's something that you or somebody else is not walking away from yet. There's still some contemplation. There's still some mental plans being made, or mental, I had this flipped over in my hand, so I have to look at it. Or just mental, I'm not feeling mental conflict. It's more like planning, strategy, details. There could be some sort of something that needs to have like steps, or needs to have a checklist, something like that. What else can clarify this, Spirit? Oh, I'm doing that thing where I'm leaning, I'm leaning forward. Oh, I gotta move. I find that a lot, like especially if I'm focused on something, you know, I'll get in a weird position and it shows me that I'm not like in my body, because all of a sudden I'll be like, why am I standing like that, or like angling a joint that way? I don't know if you guys have experienced that. Let's give some clarity, Spirit. This feels like there's a lot of people involved potentially, or this could all be one. This could literally be one person who is a King of Swords, King of Pentacles, you or somebody in your life, and not walking away yet. There's something unfinished, or there's something that hasn't even started, you know, who knows, but there's not walking away. So on the bottom is Raphael. He hasn't come out in our readings yet. 38, which is an 11. That's the heart chakra. Got the root and the heart. Okay, so we know that whatever the situation is, there is divine guidance, there's divine protection. We've gotten 2 archangels and Jesus. So if the person listening needs some sort of reassurance, I mean, we all need reassurance sometimes, right? I know I did this week. It's just saying, like, try to stay centered in that heart chakra. Call on Raphael if you're needing some heart healing. And just know that, you know, you're protected. Your foundation, your root, your stability is, your security is safe. What else, Spirit? I don't want to leave this, like, I feel like there's just, it's not clear. I do have the double deck we can clarify with, but I feel like something else wants to come out of this deck. Spirit, what can we get for clarity here? Maybe I should ask a specific question. Specifically, what does the viewer, if the viewer is feeling like this resonates, but is not sure what they need to do, what should the viewer be focusing on right now? Especially if this is somebody outside of them. What should the viewer be focusing on? Another angel, number 50, the angel of strength. Okay, so viewer, just focus on remembering how strong you are. That, again, this feels very protective. So I feel like somebody out there is, maybe your inner child is feeling unsafe right now. Maybe you're physically feeling unsafe. Maybe things are happening around you that you don't understand. And I feel like Spirit's just, first of all, reassuring you, but second of all, just saying, you are also strong. You have endured a lot. You've persevered, and heaven's backing you up. 3 angels out of 3 angels we've seen so far, and Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8 cards. Okay. Okay, so Spirit, we know like collective is being guided, protected, all of that. We know the angel of strength is with the collective. Is there anything that the collective specifically needs to know before I move on to another deck? Is there anything collective needs to know? Let's ask this. Is there anything in the collective's blind spot that they need to be aware of regarding this specific situation? What is in the collective's blind spot? Victory. Oh, collective, I feel you right now. There's a lot going on in the overall energy, especially in light of current events, you know, just in general. It's a very intense time energetically. So I think Spirit's saying you're not seeing the victory in your situation right now, and maybe you're not meant to right now. But I feel like Spirit's just saying the victory is up ahead, and like do what you need to do. Like use what I started with as an example. Like I had been really proud about being super consistent on this channel and like I'm gonna do it, but I had to honor what was going on in my environment and like my well-being, you know, my state, my inner state of peace, my inner child needing some love, some feelings of safety. And you know, I just listened to that and I pulled back and then came back when I feel better. So like I feel like Spirit's saying like try to ease your mind, try to calm your fears, because victory's up ahead and we just sort of need you to, this is telling me too, like you don't really need to, this is not a particular time, if you're resonating with this message, for you to do anything other than work on any sort of fears, anxieties. Point your focus and your attention towards victory. Start to feel victorious. You know, when we feel victorious, we carry ourselves differently. You know, we stand up straighter and we have a brighter countenance, you know? So I think Spirit's just really wanting to, I mean, we started with Jesus giving us a hug. Like, there's definitely some, like, need for self-love, for, you know, support, reaching out for support in the heavens, but also from people on, you know, on this plane that you can get support from. Oh yeah, because somebody's suffering in silence. That's the 9 of Swords. And that's the truth. There's judgment. Maybe you're suffering in silence because you feel like you don't know the truth of a situation, and so your fears are taking over, or your inner child's fears are taking over. And I feel like Spirit's saying, like, because in the traditional tarot, that's another angel, the Judgment. I feel like the whole message is like, trust heaven. Do what you need to do to stay in your heart, to stay loving to the people in your, you know, care, or the people in your environment. And I just feel like the huge message is just trust heaven, because you're in the waiting game, you know. And maybe, again, I'm going to say like me, like maybe you really struggle with not knowing, because there was a lot of times in your life where things were very out of control around you, and so you, by knowing everything, you had a sense of safety, whether that was real safety or imagined safety, but control and like knowing what was coming gave you a sense of safety. And right now Spirit's saying you're in the waiting game, and that's okay. See this person, there's a person over here, I don't know if y'all can see. I just heard the Days of Our Lives intro. I grew up with a dad, not a mom, who in his college fraternity, they VCR like taped it. Would it have been even, yeah, I guess I don't know, did they even have VCRs? Somehow they maybe they didn't record it. Maybe they met there every day at the frat house for lunch, but he watched Days of Our Lives and then he recorded it like my whole life. And he would watch it after work. So I grew up hearing like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Like every day growing up. So, hey Dad. Oh goodness. Okay. So, have patience. Stay in your heart. Do what makes you feel happy and safe and nurtured and loved. Let's get an animal to support you before I click off. What animal wants to support the collective who's resonating with this message? The Black Panther, passion. Follow your passion. Yeah, it can be tempting, I feel like, when you're in the waiting game to get like frozen or stuck, especially if you're in anxiety, you're suffering in silence, you don't know what the heck is going on, where things are going and moving. You can sense them and feel them because you're intuitive, but you can't see clearly, right? And so in those times, it can be tempting to just freeze, right? That's a trauma response. Panther is saying, while you're waiting, do something that ignites your passion, that lights you up, that, you know, it'll make the waiting go faster. You'll have more fun. You'll have more fire. You'll feel more connected to spirit, because it doesn't matter if you're doing what I'm doing. If you're passionate about nature photography and you're making a point every day or every other day to go to the park and see what nature pictures you can take, or if you're passionate about some sort of sport or whatever, that you go play it, or you find somebody to play with you, whatever it is, you get the point. Like, don't freeze because you feel all this stuff going on around you. Don't panic. Just do what keeps you alive and passionate and excited about the future. Black Panther is supporting you in that. Let's see the bottom of the deck. Raven, magic, own your power. Don't feel powerless. Just because you don't know what's going on, you have your own magic. You have your own power. You know, like, even if Spirit's asking you to wait on something in one area of your life, Spirit's not asking you to wait to live, right? Like, don't wait to live. Look at this black, too. We've got a lot of, you know, the dark, the dark isn't evil, right? So these are, I feel like somebody's feeling a bit overwhelmed, powerless, and they're like, call on us. We got land and air, right? Like, Raven will fly above you, reminding you of your power, and the Panther is out there to help you hunt for your passion. Like, try new things. If you feel like, I'm not passionate about anything right now, okay, maybe you'll find something tomorrow that you are, because you make a decision to go try something completely random and new. Like, I'm going to go to that weird rock and roll museum downtown that I drive by all the time and I never go in, and I'm going to take myself on a date to the rock and roll museum. And you might all of a sudden become passionate about rock history or this or that. Who knows, right? But Panther's going to help you be on the prowl for what makes you passionate and alive and fiery. All right. I think that's it. So I'm going to close this space. I'm going to thank Jesus and Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and the Angel of Strength, oh, my nose, for joining us, for making your presence known, for helping me to deliver this message to all of us, I'll include myself, who need to hear it. We love you so much. We thank you always. All right, you guys. See you next time. Bye.